Hey, what's happening? All right, welcome out to Fairmount Park. 84 degrees as we start. Track's going to be fast. And we'll have a few changes for you. Just a few scratches. One jockey change as of now. No big deal. All right, those of you on track, if you are able, please take time out now from your gambling to rise. Take off those hats for the playing of our national anthem. How are you? Again, let's go forward to race number 3 on the card. And we scratched the 3 in the third race, Brazen Gator. That's our first of just, I think we have 5 or 6. Then we go ahead to race number 5, since we're clear up until that point. In the 5th race, scratch out both number 1, Wildwood Triple, and number 6, Wicked Sky. So 1 and 6 are scratched. And the jockey change on number 7, Wildwood Encore. 5th race, riding the 7, Wildwood Encore, is Javier Tavares. Tavares. 6th race, scratch the 1, Awesome Drew. And the 4, Rodalvis. 1 and 4 are scratched in the 6th race. In race number 7, scratch number 2, Jet Flight. 8th and final race, scratch number 11, Lies and Deception. Would have been my long shot play of the day. Also, the 8, Spartan King, will be reported as a gelding. 1 pound over on the 8, 1 pound over on the 9. And we may have one other change coming up in the next few minutes. But right now, let's turn it over. Hey, Peter Lorre, did you get all those scratches? Because I just got them.
Literally, I just wrote them down because I didn't have them either. That's what happens, last minute deductions. Hi everybody, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, as you already know. It's about 84 degrees. It looks like it's going to be beautiful. No chance of any rain, or at least from what I can see, but that might be changing as the week progresses. And hopefully we can keep that away for that 4th of July weekend. We want it to be nice, let's say somewhere around 78 degrees. We know that ain't going to happen, but we can only hope. Tuesday, good day of racing, especially if you're from the Eddie Essenprice stables. Look, see, I pronounced it right, so the X people out there, you can relax. Eddie got 3 winners on the day. Congratulations, tremendous horseman, and I'm really happy to see that he got those victories. Multiple wins for Johannes Arengaren. And we do want to mention today, following the 6th race, we are going to have another Ring of Honor presentation. And this one is for a longtime track photographer. You want to talk about an Iron Man? The cat's name is Jim Ansley. I'm sure you've known him. I've known him. He was the track photographer, get this, from 1966 until 2022. Over 56 years. Man took some great photographs over the years. Amazing horses, trainers, and of course a lot of jockeys who came either here or came into town on the big days. So after the 6th race on the card, there will be a special presentation from Jimmy Watkins and the Illinois Horsemen as a whole for Jim Ansley, who is the track photographer, at least was until 2022. Jim, congratulations, well overdue. We got plenty of racing coming up. As you mentioned, there are scratches, but our pick five for the most part looks like it might be intact. That's a good thing, and we're sitting on 23, so we're about 7 minutes away from coming back on the air, and we'll talk about that first race. But on behalf of everyone here at Excel Entertainment, we would like to welcome you to an opening day, a Saturday, I'm awake, at Fairmount Park.
In race number 1, we do have another first-time gelding to report to you. Number 5 in the opening race, Instant Classic, is first reported as a gelding just a few minutes ago. First-time gelding on the 5, Instant Classic, in race number 1.
Welcome back, everybody. It's 16 minutes to post, a fast track, warm temperatures, and it looks like it's going to be a very nice day here at Fairmount Park. Peter Lurie with you here for the 8-race card. Want to welcome all of you, especially our friends watching right now on YouTube. If you don't know anything about this, pass on to your friends. All you got to do is go to YouTube. It's free. Go to the page that says Fairmount Park Horse Racing Live, and that's it. You're on. We've got ourselves a 6 furlongs race, maiden claiming 5,000 to kick things off. The horses are coming down into the paddock. Without any further ado, let's take a look at the runners. Looking at the field, we'll start things off, at least for yours truly, with the 6 Young Mischief. I was hoping we wouldn't go favorite, but at least at this point, we just dropped down to 9-5. This one for Eddie Essenprice, a good second last time out after doing most of the dirty work back on June 2nd. Now, this horse has had plenty of opportunities, in fact, 23 to be exact, is an offer with 5 seconds and 5/3. So is this one a slam dunk? No. If the horse is bet down any lower, would I take a stand against? Well, at least from a betting standpoint, because I think this horse has not demonstrated that they are ready to roll. I just think in this particular race, they are probably the one to beat. Horse looks good. Ears kind of twitching back and forth. Good looking. Looks like a sprinter. Built very barrel-chested. I like to see that. Looks good. As we mentioned, Eddie Essenprice had himself a tremendous Tuesday. He won 3 races on the card. There is Eddie right there going by with the baseball cap on. I think it looks like the horse to beat. I mean, they're going to be sitting just off of whoever sets the pace, which I think is probably the 2, Hunt's Promise. But if nobody goes, this is a horse that also has been able to show some speed. The horse in front of you there is the 4 Free Choice. We're all hoping for Free Choice. Ralph Martinez sending this one out. 0 for 4 at the distance, has yet to hit the board. As far as the Brisnet Speed Index is concerned, and if you believe in them like I do, even though they've yet to hit the board, this is the 2nd fastest number in the group. So can they win? Absolutely. 4-5 on the morning line. I thought that was a tad low for a morning line on this one, so I'm not shocked that they are the coast of choice at 2-1. However, with 13 minutes to go, don't be surprised if they actually go favorite. This is another one that's going to hope for a little early speed. I've never seen anything that demonstrates that this horse wants the lead early, so not thinking that's going to be an issue. As you can see, those ears are kind of going back and forth, very positive, good to see. Ralph Martinez hitting right now at 15%, so he's getting the job done. My feeling, if you're on or around 15% as a trainer, you are getting the job done. Move our attention to the 2 horse, Hunt's Promise, for Harry Lynch. Victor Lara gets the call for the Lynch Racing Stables. This horse showed some speed last time out. The 2 times they've shown speed, they just weren't able to sustain it. One time was on the turf, synthetic at Turfway Park. That was back in March of this year, while in the John Hancock barn. Came over here to Dwayne Wells, and it looks like it was probably a private purchase by Harry and his family. Another one that's 0 for 4 at the distance. I wrote tricky because I'm just not sure what to do with this one. There's Harry right there in the red. I like Harry. He's a good man. As you can see, trying to take a hold. This one's obviously, I would have to guess, not the easiest one to put a tack on. But I think Harry's doing a really nice job, and his groom, of keeping that horse as relaxed as possible. Rounding out the top 4 is the 5. And that is Instant Classic for Brittany Vandenberg. Hey, Brittany. She has not raced one so far at the meet. I'm pretty sure that's Jimmy Watkins filling in. Way to go, Jim. Yeah, I think that's him. What do you do with this one? It was a recently turned gelding. That was just reported. Dropping in from the 25 and the 20, that was last year over at Horseshoe, showed absolutely nothing. So I'm not surprised the horse is over here, dropping to, which is close to the bottom here. Travis Wales will get the call. Wales, man, his business has been picking up. He's hitting currently at 20% at the meet. So I don't know what you do with this horse. Shown absolutely no speed on the grass and on the dirt, but you never know. They could change up. It's been training, I believe, over the Churchill Downs training facility, and the works, they're okay. A 48-4 going 4 furlongs on May 9th. So it's just not a lot of guesswork here for this one, but you're getting, 6-1, which is definitely a decent price for a horse like this. We'll just have to see. Key again will be there is not an abundance of speed. So, like I said, I think the 2 Hunt's Promise and probably the 6 horse, that's Young Mischief, will be the most likely to try to set the early pace. But in a race like this, sometimes it just changes up and someone decides, you know what we're doing ain't working. So let's try something different. 6, 4, 2, 5, how I see it. I'm going to use the 4 and the 6 in the early pick 5 free choice, but I'm going to go with Young Mischief as my top selection. Good luck.
Track is fast. All distances this afternoon are at the 3/4 mile and or 6 furlong distance. These are $5,000 maiden claimers, 3 years of age and up. No changes to the program other than the 5 Instant Classic reports as a first-time gelding. Post time for the first race this afternoon is 6 minutes away. Get into the 50-cent pick 5 sequence. It starts with the first race. Four minutes. Two minutes. 1 minute. The horses are on final approach to the starting gate for the first of 8. Final bets for the first. They've reached the gate, loading in. All Kinds of Trouble is in. Moving on up is Free Choice. Hunt's Promise. Instant Classic. Primor and Young Mischief. We're in line for the maidens to start. Flag is up. And they're off. Squeezed at the beginning was Primor. Good speed on the inside in the red as Hunt's Promise to dictate terms with Free Choice up into second. Third along the fence, moving up, is All Kinds of Trouble. Young Mischief is running all alone in fourth, about 6.5 from the front, followed by Instant Classic, and the last horse away is Primor, who's about 10 lengths latent. On the front, Hunt's Promise on the board at 2-1, about to be collared and passed by All Kinds of Trouble on the inside. Not enough room yet. On the far outside, Free Choice is gaining up. Top trio have separated themselves from the board. Favorite, now second choice, Young Mischief, who's poised to pounce in fourth. Around the turn they go. No pace on yet for Instant Classic, nor last for Primor, who has to make up a dozen. Complexion of the race changing as they hit the turn and onto the straightaway. All Kinds of Trouble backs out. Hunt's Promise takes over, but Free Choice is going on with it. Gonna have to fend off Young Mischief down the crown of the course. It's Free Choice, it's Hunt's Promise, it's Young Mischief. The 24th time a charm, and the maiden breaking score for Young Mischief. Free Choice second, Hunt's Promise was third, and either All Kinds of Trouble or the oncoming Primor for fourth. Six, 4, 2, and 1, the Superfecta in race 1. Coming on back to the winner's enclosure, winner of the opener, number 6, Young Mischief and Chunky Rainier Arietta. Owned by Shelley S. and Price, trained by Eddie S. and Price. No barn El Caliente more than Mr. Eddie right now. Young Mischief, a 6-year-old gelded son of Into Mischief, out of the Royal Academy mare Young Royalty, bred in Kentucky by George E. Bates, trustee. 560, 260, 210 on the board across on your winner. The exacta, $4.90. Trifecta, $4.55, 10 cents. Super, almost $5.50. All 6 ran in race number 1. In the second race, we go the same distance, 5,000 the claiming price, 3-year-olds and up that have not won 2 races. No changes to race number 2 in 19 minutes.
Fourteen minutes to post, race number 2, second half of the daily double. Also, the start of not only a $1 pick 3, but a $1 pick 4. The pick 4s have been paying very, very well recently, so you might want to get on board. Welcome back, everybody. Congratulations out to Eddie Price picking up another winner, basically picking up where he left off on Tuesday. And of course, Shelly Price, the winning owner. Way to go, Rainer Arietta. Top of the stretch. I wasn't sure he was going to get there, but he was very, very confident. Not the favorite, but still 9-5, but I guess we'll take what they give us. Turning our page, let's get right into this one. 6 furlongs the distance of 5,000. Non-winners of 2 lifetime. These are 3-year-olds and upward, and these are the boys. Let's take a closer look at the field down in the paddock. As far as the field is concerned, still just coming in. We will be taking a look. Top selection for yours truly, and I think for pretty much everybody. Although I thought the number was a little low on the 5 south of Birmingham. 4 to 5 in the morning line. I mean, he may end up that way, but I just didn't see that. This is a horse. We had the same thing on Tuesday, and we got one of them home, and one of them ran second again. Loves to come in second. Let me preface that again. Loves to come in second. Of the last 6 races, this horse has 1 win and 5 seconds. People like to come up with reasons why this happens. I don't know. I don't think the horse is just, the bridesmaid syndrome where they just don't want to be on the lead because they've already proven they can win, although be at one time. This is just one of those races, and from what we just saw in the first, could be a good spot for them. The problem is there really isn't any speed in this race, so I'm not sure who's going to go for the lead. It could be the 7. I got the moves. I'm just not sure at this point. So we're just going to have to sit back and hopefully it unfolds for us in a right way. Horse is coming over at the blinkers. Like I said, if it's a first-time starter, that concerns me a little bit, but this one isn't. They've got 16 races under their belt. So I'm guessing, as most of them, you can see are coming over with hoods on. It just keeps them nice and relaxed. He's a 5-year-old son of Tale of Verse, the grandsire's Tale of Akati. Perfect Soul, sire of the Dam. This was bred by the Diamond Merchant, and that is Chuck Fipke in Kentucky. 0 for 4 at the distance, 0 for 7 at the distance, with 4 seconds knocking on the door. 2 horses, Tigersaurus Rex. I thought was a must-use for the pick 5. Now, granted, you're looking and saying, hasn't really shown anything. I totally get that. Horse comes over formerly the Jody Pruitt barn over at Will Rogers and Remington Park on the Oklahoma circuit. It's an Oklahoma bred. Minor awards in 6 tries. However, this is just one of those kind of races. I could see them trying to go to the lead and just see if they can last. It's a tough one. It's definitely a tough one to look at. Definitely built as a sprinter. You can tell it's a little humid, so everyone's doing their due diligence today. Get these horses cool down before they get out on the track. Makes a lot of sense. Let's pull our attention over to the 1. Gonna pick Dominic. Heather Arian with Rainer Arietta aboard. This tandem is one of few in the day. Last time out, 30 to 1. I don't think they were expecting a lot, but hopped at the start and really just kind of lost all chance. Rainer has pretty much exclusively been on this horse, at least going back to February at Gulfstream Park of 2025. He has won aboard this horse here at Fairmount Park. 2 races under the belt. She's taken the blinkers off. She's 20% when she takes the blinkers off. There's Heather right there in the red. Decent work on the 16th of May. Didn't seem to work well in their favor on June 6th. So I'm not sure. Maybe the blinkers was just driving this horse nuts and he needs to see. That could be. One thing that this horse has that not everybody in the field has is a win at the distance. A win in a second in 6 tries. And the speed index numbers dictate that this horse should be right there. So it's just kind of one of those wide open type of races. Top 4 rounds out with Heaven's Hound for Tammy Hornsby. Talk about Tammy bringing over all these Arkansas breds. Showed up at Fairmount on May 16th for a maiden 5, and she got the win and did it quite easily. Then they tried the non-winners of 2, and as I caution you, it's not always easy to get a win first time versus winners. The horse didn't run a bad race. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it was just kind of there. The comment line, in fact, was steady effort up for the show. So can this horse win? Yeah, I think a couple things need to fall into place for them. See, there's Tammy, and she's just trying to keep this horse nice and cool and calm. Waiting for Corey Orm, I'm sure, to come out for some instructions. It's an interesting race. So, 5-2, 1-4 to kick off not only the $1 pick 3, but the $1 pick 4. This one, if we can get through this, I'll feel a little bit better, but this is not an easy sequence. Horse will be coming out on the track in a couple of minutes. Good luck, everybody.
Race number 2 is for $5,000 claimers that have never won 2. No changes to the field of 7. Wagering menu, win place show, exacta, trifecta, superfecta, rolling pick 3s, rolling doubles. The early dollar pick 4 kicks off in 7 minutes. Hey, coming up, starting this Tuesday, the very last race of the card, race number 8, is going 1 mile and a 16th. It kicks off the 2026, the first ever Iron Horse Distance Series Championship. The first 6 races, all longer than the previous, culminating in a $30,000, $5,000 starter allowance run at 4 turns over this track at 2 miles and 1/16th. That's 16 and a half furlongs. That comes up October 27th. But to get there, $5,000 starter allowance types are going up for a $16,000 purse on Tuesday, June 23rd. The next qualifier is July 14th at a mile and an eighth. The third qualifier, or heat race, is August 4th, the $20,000 race, 1 mile and a quarter, the Derby Classic distance. The fourth qualifier, August 25th for $22,000 at a mile and a half. Fifth race, September 15th for $24,000, a mile and 5/8. And then the final, sixth and final qualifier is 1 mile and 3/4. And then the final for $30,000 at 2 miles and 1/16. The preference to start in the final, going 2 miles and a 16th, will be given to horses that have accumulated the most points during the series, those 6 races before the final. Points are awarded as follows. Winning, you get 5 points. Second, 4. Finishing third, 3 points. And all other starters in each of those qualifying races will get 1 point. There'll be trainer bonuses featuring $10,000 spread out to the first 4 trainers that have started the most horses in each of those 6 qualifying races. It's the 2026 Iron Horse Distance Series Championship. It gets kicked off this coming Tuesday, June 23rd, our 8th and last race, going a mile and a 16th. Hope to see you here. Just about 2 minutes away from race number 2. In our first race, we had 2 claims for $5,000. Number 5, Instant Classic, in our first race was claimed by new owner Carlos Hernandez, new trainer Jessica Jelinski. And your winner, number 6, Young Mischief, was claimed for $5,000 by new owner Dennis Smith, will be trained by Amy Nesbitt. Field for the second race. Headed towards the gate, you have less than 1 minute. Loading in for race 2. Gonna pick Dominic. Heaven's Hound. Tigersaurus Rex. Moving up is south of Birmingham. Sneaky Feet. 15-1, long shot. Get Me 1-2. And then I got the moves on the outside. They're in the gate. Flag is up. And they're off. Quick getaway for Sneaky Feet and Heaven's Hound. They get out first and second with Gonna Pick Dominic up amongst. Now takes over second. Back and forth behind the early third runner, Heaven's Hound on the outside as I got the moves. Next comes south of Birmingham, and the trailers down the backstretch run. South of Birmingham drops completely out of it along the fence. Get Me 1-2 has to do a lot better way back. On the front, it's the 1 and the 2. They're going to pick Dominic and Tigersaurus Rex first and second as they go in sequential order in the Superfecta. It's Sneaky Feet third. Heaven's Hound runs along the rail on hold in fourth under Corey Orm. Under a drive around the turn as I got the moves, not showing good signs, is passed on the outside by the big runner of Get Me 1-2. And here comes south of Birmingham. Wide open as they hit the straightaway. The leader along the fence, sneaking through is Heaven's Hound, gonna pick Dominic, and on the outside comes Sneaky Feet, who's closing on in, but it's Heaven's Hound on the inside. Outside is Sneaky Feet, between them is gonna pick Dominic, 3 of them in a photo. It's Heaven's Hound to win. Gonna pick Dominic was second, then Sneaky Feet and Tigersaurus Rex. For Heaven's Hound at 7-1. Race number 2 has gone official. 7-1 winner gets you back $16.60 to win, $8.20 to place, and $5.40 to show. Number 1, gonna pick Dominic, $8.80, $5.20. And the 3, Sneaky Feet, $8.20 to show. The early double, $57.20. Superfecta for race number 2, $152 and change for a dime. Exacta 4 with 1, $63.40. Trifecta 4, 1, and 3, 50-cent try, $346.90. Welcome back to the winner's enclosure. Winner of today's second race, number 4, Heaven's Hound, a jockey Corey Orm. Owned and trained by Tammy Hornsby. Heaven's Hound is a 3-year-old gelded son of Jonesboro out of the He's a Bull mare, Taylor's Moonbeam, bred in Arkansas by Bobby Lee Hall. The winning time, a minute 13 and 4/5 of a second, minute 13.97. All 7 ran in today's second. Third race, scratch the 3, Brazen Gator. Post time for the third race in 19 minutes.
15 minutes to post, race number 3. Welcome back, everyone. Congratulations out to Tammy Hornsby. Like I said, that was a race that I wouldn't be surprised if anybody won. Betting favorite just never picked up their feet. So that's how you can call it. You just kind of turn the page and move on from there. The third race on the card is a 6 furlong, 62.50, non-winners of 5 lifetime. I do like this condition. I think it opens up for a lot of horses who, after they get past the 2 or the 3, they start saying, well, now where do I go? This also starts off a $1 pick 3, but with any further ado, let's get down to the runners. We are looking with one scratch in the race. Grazing Gator is out. And the horse in front of us there, that is the 5. Kind of like this horse on top. This is Take the Silver. 7-2 currently on the line. Corey Orm looking for back-to-back winners on today's card. Ralph Martinez sends out, coming off the win back on April 28th. Took a little freshening, is now back here on June 20th. Horse put in a good work on the second. 50-4 for 4 furlongs for these parts. That's good. It was second of 5 that day. Not a bad looking horse. Ears are forward. Getting the hose off. I'm assuming it's a little humid out there today, so we're just kind of making sure that everybody is getting a fair hosing off. Ears are pinned back right now, which I never like to see. However, that also could have just been because she just got hosed and she probably didn't love that. I just want to see her ears start going back and forth, but she's got them pinned back, so she's a little annoyed. Oh, there they go. Yeah, could have very easily just been the water. Yeah, she's twitching them back now. She's back and forth. She's looking good. Take the Silver, comes off the win. 3 wins at the distance. That's a good number here of the 4 lifetime starts. So I kind of like what I'm seeing with this one. Should be on or near the lead, I would have to guess, in this field of 5. I don't think anybody's going to be that far out of it. Definitely built like a sprinter and looks to be good. This daughter of Take Charge Indy. It's interesting too because the grand sire's AP Indy and Langfear, the sire of the dam. So you would think the longer the better with this one. But 17 tries, and it doesn't look like any time recently, and I mean over the last couple of years, that this horse has won at any part of 2 turns. But we shall see. But we shall see. Turn our attention to the 6 horse in front of you. That is the 4-5 morning line favorite, now currently at 9-5. Looks lucky to me. Also, for Ralph Martinez and Paul Martin. They gave $20,000 for this one, or at least whoever did. That would have been Michael DiPaolo's operation back in 22. Horse did a fair amount of racing up in Canada on the synthetic and the grass over at Woodbine. Got a win last time out here in the non-winners of 4. So the logical progression to the non-winners of 5. I'm actually surprised this horse is not bet down. I thought it was a must-use in the pick 4 and pick 5 sequence. And I am definitely using. We decided to play a pick 3 last night, and we put it together. This is another one that probably will be fairly close. I don't think they're best set on the front end, but I definitely think this is a horse who will be close. Adamir Santos gets the call, looking for his 14th winner at the meet. Turn our attention to the 1, or actually the 4. That's Desert First. That's Gabe Ratana. Looks like he's happy with what he's seeing. Now waiting for his rider. Today will be Javier Diego. Was a winner over to Hawthorne back in November while in the Michael Rivas barn. 1 for 8 in the winner's circle. 5 for 8 hitting the board at the distance. Brisnet Speed Index, top number. So if you're playing the pick 3, I think it's also a must use. And currently you're getting 7-2 from that 6-1 morning line. Rounding out the top 4, Bella Francesca, the 1. This one owned and trained by Heather Arian. Raynar Arrieta has not shown much. Seems to be going in the wrong direction. But again, to be fair, that was a big move up in class in the Shelby County Handicap over there at Horseshoe. $100,000 race and just really never caught up with the field. Beat one horse in a field of 9. Down at this level, I think the horse is more competitive. 2 for 10 at the distance, 3 for 10 hitting the board. Numbers wise, definitely is up there. I'm just not sure off the recent form. Forget the stakes race. But on recent form, is this horse definitely for the prices? Or for exotic wagering, I should say? Absolutely. Do I think the horse is a winner? Not sure. I guess we're going to find out in approximately 9 minutes. So, 6-5-6-4-1. 5-6-4-1 is how I see it. We're going to put the 5 horse on top. That is Take the Silver in race number 3. Good luck.
We had 2 claims out of our previous race. In race number 2, your winner, Heaven's Hound, was claimed by new owner-trainer Charles Davis Jr. And the 5, South of Birmingham, from the second race, was claimed by new owner-trainer Gene Sandrowski. Post time for the third race in 8 minutes. Riders are up. In the third race for fillies and mares 3 years of age and up that have never won 5 races in their careers, scratch number 3, Grays and Gator. No show wagering here in the third race. You have win wagering, place wagering, exacta, trifecta, superfecta, rolling daily doubles, and you have the dollar rolling pick 3s coming up in 7 minutes. 2 minutes. Field of 5 for race 3 headed towards the starting gate. Last chance to get your wagers in for the third. Loading in for race 3, Bella Francesca on the board at 5-1. Golden Edge. Dessert first. Take the silver next, and then Looks Lucky to Me. Five locked away in the gate. Not quite yet. Looks Lucky to Me. Stop short. Now she's in, ready. And they're off. Perfect dispatch out very well between rivals as Take the Silver, gun to the front. Looks Lucky to Me up for the placement in second. Golden Edge is gaining on the inside fence and now takes over the front. So it's Golden Edge, Take the Silver second. Third and fourth, running as a team. Looks Lucky to Me and inside to Dessert first. And that has the lone trailer being the closer, Bella Francesca. Past the half-mile pole they go. It's Golden Edge by a length and a half. Over Looks Lucky to Me and Dessert first, who's now third. Well back in fourth, a little bit of a struggle bus for Take the Silver and way back to Bella Francesca. Midway around the turn, it's still Golden Edge by a tentative head length. It is Golden Edge giving way to the oncoming foe. Looks lucky to me. Golden Edge has to do better. Poised to go up along the fence is Dessert first, and nothing yet from Bella Francesca. And Take the Silver as last. Deep stretch. Golden Edge and Looks Lucky to Me. Along the fence comes Dessert first. Looks Lucky to Me has it at 6-5. Looks Lucky to Me by just about 2 lengths in the end. Looks Lucky to Me and Adamar Santos. Six, 4, 2, 1. Welcome back to the winner's enclosure. Into the winner's circle steps number 6, Looks Lucky to Me, and jockey Adamar Santos, co-owned by Ralph Martinez and Paul E. Martin. Trained by Ralph Martinez, Looks Lucky to Me is a 5-year-old chestnut daughter of Lookin' at Lucky out of the Giants Causeway mare, Lookout Sister, bred in Kentucky by Don Alberto Corporation, off odds 6-5. Paid $420 and $260. There was no show wagering with the scratch of number 3, Grazen Gator. The exact is $640, trifecta $8.55, mid-card double, races 2 and 3, $25, 10-cent superfecta $2.33. In the fourth race, there are no changes. $10,000 filly and mare allowance optional claiming race. Post time for the 4th race coming up in 19 minutes. The bell tolls for more funding and more donations to Thoroughbred Aftercare, courtesy of the Winning Connections.
15 minutes to post for race number 4. Welcome back, everybody, with 6 furlongs the distance. These are optional, claiming 10,000 non-winners of 1 to start another $1 pick 3. Horse already at the paddock. We welcome all of our friends watching on YouTube. And if you're watching here at the track and you wonder how you can get it, go to YouTube. It's stream. It's very, very simple. It costs nothing. Just go to Fairmount Park Horse Racing. You'll see Fairmount Park live. Voila. You've got us at home. Let's take a look at the runners. Six furlongs distance, as we said. I'm taking a look at the field, and here is the 2. Nice looking gray daughter of Galib, owned and bred by Scotty Becker and Charles Ritter. That is Peyton's Honor. This is a horse 3 for 8 in the winner's circle with 3 seconds and a third. Has never been worse than third in 7 of 8 starts at this distance. With a bridled song, Galib, and of course Graham Hall on the dam side. This horse is absolutely bred for the 6 furlongs and has demonstrated it. The 6 furlongs distance, 8 of 10 lifetime starts. In fact, this horse has won 2 wins, 3 seconds in the last 6 starts. So what can I tell you? Looks to be the horse I like. I think 4-1 is a great price. Now, whether or not, this is, got to remember, even though the purse doesn't dictate it, this horse has been facing state breds. So if you're looking for a knock, that would be it. They got to face open company today. But I still think this Illini 5-year-old mare is the horse. And, at 4-1, why not? The prices on the board are already telling you. Obviously, the 5 horses getting some play, and we'll get to them in a little bit. But there is nobody that's absolutely running away from the bettors, at least at this point. This horse has got speed. I think the rail trip of my Sweet Analyze is probably the one who will try to go to the lead. They can sit right off their flank, and hopefully it's good enough to get the job done. Right behind him, you can see him standing at attention. Wow, that's a very professional horse. Hello there. Natalie's Rap. You guessed it, Scotty Becker, homebred for he and Charles Ritter. Another Galib, and this is another one. 3 for 6 in the winner's circle at the distance, 5 for 6 hitting the board. Their numbers are almost identical. So if you're looking for another one, this horse was 3-2 on the morning line, 5-2 co-favorites right now currently. Good looking horse. Ears forward, Alexander Bendesu gets the call. One would think, for people who play jocks, Bendesu, Julio Felix. Felix, the longtime veteran rider. Bendesu has just been on a tear here. 30%. You would think that's probably the where to go. But I still think Peyton's Honor could get him. I mean, I won't be surprised, and I did use both of them, but I will not be surprised if Peyton's Honor is just a little bit better today. Let's move our attention over to the 5 horse. That's a Rose for Lila, a 8-year-old daughter of Majestic Harbor. I know the Majestic Harbor line. Ron Beagle, was an owner in Southern California, and that was his horse, and they decided to breed this horse, and they've done well with this one. She's an 8-year-old mare whose sire of the dam is Mineshaft, so we're starting to go a little older in the dam world. Definitely a bunch of races under the belt. This will be their 50th race. 8 for 37 of the distance with 12 seconds and 5 thirds. They've amassed $225,000 in earnings. And I'm totally get it if you like this horse. Eddie Essen Price has been off on a tear himself, looking for his 5th winner in the last 2 days. Could be a very impressive horse today. Travis Wales gets the call. Rounding out the group, Steve Manley sending out the 4, Steampunk, for Daryl and Wendell Yates. This is a 5-year-old Tapiture. 1 for 4 at the distance, with a 1st and a 3rd. Brisnett's speed numbers, definitely right there. Was formerly of the Kelsey Danner barn. Horse comes to us mainly from the Kentucky circuit. The work doesn't give the indication that they could be ready to roll here. but obviously probably facing a little tougher competition. I just don't like what I've seen since the grass racing in September last year over at Kentucky Downs. It just hasn't been the same type of horse. Can they win? Yes. Did I use? I did not. I used 3 in the race, the 2, 3, and 5. But once again, it's just one of those situations where if you got some extra scratch, maybe you use them. But for myself, counting those quarters, I'm going to stay with the top 3. So 2, 3, 5, 4 is how I see this to kick off another $1 pick 3. Give me the 2. Peyton's Honor, slight edge over the other Becker horse, and that is Natalie's Rap. So maybe a 2, 3 exacta. Won't pay much, but at least you're getting paid. Good luck.
We had a reclaim in race number 3, third place finisher in the third race. Number 2, Golden Edge, was reclaimed by its Arkansas breeder and owner, William Pritchard. Will be trained by Tammy Hornsby. So number 2 reclaimed after being claimed in the previous race. 8 minutes until the fourth race. Coming up. Fourth race is a $10,000 filly and mare allowance optional claiming race with a field of 6 wagering interests just for you. You have rolling doubles, rolling pick 3s, win, play, show wagering, exacta, trifecta, 10-cent superfectas, and all that other good stuff. So, head to the windows post haste. You have just about 8 minutes until our fourth race comes up. 3 minutes. Horses are approaching the starting gate for the running of the 4th race. Get those bets in as soon as possible. Loading in first with My Sweet Analyze. There goes Steampunk. Peyton's Honor. A Rose for Lila. Nope, she didn't want to do it. Still have time for all wagers as the 5 moves in. Natalia's Wrap about to join. Last in will be B Bluff. They're loaded away. Flag is up. And they're off. Starter Kelly Mulvaney caught him in a great line again. Speed is on from Peyton's Honor and Natalia's Rap, first and second. My Sweet Analyze at Lofty Odds is joining up into the second spot. Back and forth is B Bluff on hold. Moving well along the inside, following the flow up top is Steampunk, who goes from fifth to first. Steampunk rolls underneath along the pine and takes over the front. That relegates a Rose for Lila, and Rose for Lila has about 8 lengths to make up. On the front, it's both Steampunk and Peyton's Honor. Outside, B Bluff is gaining up into second. Faltering a bit is Peyton's Honor. Under a drive is Natalia's Rap. At a last, My Sweet Analyze, and a Rose for Lila is following the inside flow and is ready to roll late. They're through at the turn and into the home stretch. 330-yard pole looms and goes by. Steampunk. Has she used up too much energy? Here's B Bluff gaining on the outside. B Bluff, Steampunk, nothing coming from far back. The match race, Steampunk, B Bluff has the measure. B Bluff to win it 7-1. Steampunk second, My Sweet Analyze, and then Natalia's Rap. There's a man horseback like much of the rest of the jockey colonies everywhere that travels on the off days. See him down in Oklahoma and all other places in between. Would you please welcome back to the winner's circle aboard B Bluff. It's Angel Stanley aboard. Owned by Jody Durham and Mike Durham. Mike is the trainer, 4-year-old daughter of Daredevil out of the Congrats mare, the Vapors. Bred in Kentucky by Shortleaf Stable. The winning time for 6 furlongs, really good over this track, 1:12 flat, 1:12 and 18/100ths of a second, paid $16.40, $6.80 and $3.40. The exacta $37.60, trifecta $68 and a nickel. Daily double for races 3 and 4, 6 and 6. They'll get you $25.80. The pick 3 pays 2 of 3, $15.90 for races 2, 3 and 4, 2 of 3. Superfecta $39 and change in the 4th race. All 6 ran in today's 4th. 5th race, we start up the late pick 4 for $1. In this sequence, here are your changes in the 5th race. That's next. More donations to Thoroughbred Aftercare. In the 5th race, scratch the 1 Wildwood Triple and the 6 Wicked Sky. Javier Tavares to ride number 7. In the 6th race, scratch the 1 Awesome Drew. In the 4, Rodaldes. In the 7th race, scratch the 2 Jet Flight. In the 8th and final race, scratch the 11 Lies and Deception. Gelded, number 8 Spartan King at £1 over. The 9 Big Skookum is 1 pound over, and so is the 12 Will Conquer. And the 7 My Patriot is also a pound over. Those are your changes for the late pick 4 sequence at Fairmount Park in 20 minutes.
"16 minutes to post for race number 5. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for the pick 4, $1 pick 4, and of course, also that rolling $1 pick 3. Tell you, man, since that first race, we got the win, and I think it's pretty much been all downhill for yours truly ever since. But let's see if we can get back up on the beam. These are 6 furlongs, 5,000 non-winners of 3 lifetime. Let's take a look. Horse right in front of you there is a selection for yours truly. Cooking the books for the Clean Living Racing and Jimmy Watkins. Numbers are starting to come down a little, but still very strong, 22%. This horse was a good second last time out when the move up had been competing at the non-winners at 2 level. Got a convincing win on May 5th. And then came back on the 30th with not a bad race, but the winner was clearly in front in that field of 8. The extra half furlong, I don't know if it helps or hurts. I don't think it's a problem. 4 starts at the distance, a win in his second. Speed index numbers-wise is competitive with this group. So I kind of like the horse. Looks like a sprinter, but not really. I mean, I like them when they're really robust looking. But horses already demonstrated sprinting is their gig. So no surprise here. Ademir Santos keeps the mount aboard. I think that's a good sign. Santos has already won one on today's card. Turn our attention over to the 4. That would be Thirsty Natalie. And it's interesting, 8-5 on the line, and she is not getting played, at least at this point. 7-1 currently. Shout out to Terry Lovinger and John Maroney. This Calbred, 4-year-old daughter of Stay Thirsty, was a runaway winner on April 14th. Showed up on the 28th, 14 days later, moving up to the 10 non-winners of 3. Got in a battle. I mean, they did all the dirty work and ended up third that day, well beat by the winner who absolutely freaked on the field. So I can understand taking a stand against. I don't. I think the horse makes a lot of sense, and I thought at least for this pick 4 was a must-use in the sequence. 8 horse comes up, and that is Tag War for John Wainwright. Handled the field pretty easy on May 26th against non-winners of 2, so now they're making that move forward. You know, a lot of people think that maybe it's not that big of a deal, but here where you've got a lot of non-winners of 2, non-winners of 3, non-winners of 4, and so on, sometimes it can be a fairly salty move to go to the non-winners of 3 group. Javier Diego gets the call. It's a 4-year-old daughter of Improbable, who was a $5,000 Keeneland January purchase. 1 for 9 winning at the distance, 3 for 9 hitting the board. The numbers shake out and say that this horse should be part of the group. Looks okay, nice and relaxed. Tacked up, ears going forward, twitching back and forth. I like that. If I'm just joining us for the first time, I always like to say that when I see the ears going back and forth, I've had many an exercise rider tell me when they're going back and forth like that, it just means that they're very, very aware of what's around them. They're also sizing up the competition. Plus, they're also letting everyone know, hey, I'm the one you got to deal with. Top 4 rounding out will be the 5 horse. That's Cocktail Cutie. Little bit of a price here. 12-1 on the line. Cut in half right now at 6-1. Hello, Miss Gray, 5-year-old daughter of Stay Thirsty. She was a $40,000 Fasig-Tipton purchase in 2022. Doesn't win a lot of races, though. She's 2 for 31. Hits the board a lot. 7 seconds, 6 thirds. Just under $91,000 in earnings for Steve Manley and John Maroney. John with 2 here in the race. Good luck, John. Do I see this horse as a part of the exactas? Absolutely. Always likes to come up and get a check. Old-fashioned check getter. You need to have those in your barn. But as far as a win, I'm not sure the win is for today, unless the front end just completely collapses. Victor Lara, the 7-pound apprentice, gets the call. He's having a great year right now with limited starters. 30%, the young rider. So good luck to him this race. It's kind of a wide open event. I could have gone 4 or 5 deep in the pick 4, but for the sake of the pocketbook, I decided not to. We're going to use the 4, 8, and 9 in this pick 4. See if we can, as I mentioned, get back up on the beam. But we're going to put the 9 cooking the books on top for trainer Jimmy Watkins. Good luck.
in your life have you heard such great bugle playing? In race number 5, this is the Long Shots race of the day. Visit Long Shots. Great food, great soft drinks, and great adult beverages right across from the 8th pole. In deep stretch, scratch the 1 Wildwood Triple in the 6 Wicked Sky Javier Tavares to ride number 7. Post time for the field of 8 in 7 minutes. Five minutes. 5. 3 minutes. One extra minute for all wagers. 1 extra minute. We're headed to the starting gate. Field loading in. Rialta and Wildwood Encore. I Be Gone, Tagwar. Thirsty Natalie. Cooking the books. Waiting on Cocktail Cutie and then Thunder Moneyball. They're in the gate. And they're off. Good start in the center for Wildwood Encore. Got the jump. Right there to play early is Cocktail Cutie, now goes back. Moving on forward is Thirsty Natalie. Along the fence early is Rialta running third. Cooking the Books is fourth and wider. Spit out there in fifth is Cocktail Cutie. Next comes late running Tag War. And then far back to I Be Gone, and running awkwardly down the center of the course is Thunder Moneyball. They all left to catch long shot Wildwood Encores, built up a length and a half on both Thirsty Natalie and Cookin' the Books. Cookin' the Books has to do a little bit better, 2 lengths off. Back and forth all alone is Cocktail Cutie. Tag War is rolling up from far back. Rialta, I Be Gone has to do a lot more. Very awkward around the turn, and nothing yet for Thunder Moneyball. Deep stretch, they go by the 3:30, 3 abreast, but well spaced. Inside Thirsty Natalie, right between is a tired Wildwood Encore. Here's Cookin' the Books gaining, and from far back, getting in gear is I Be Gone. Here's Cookin' the Books, Thirsty Natalie, Cookin' the Books gonna score. Cookin' the Books beat Thirsty Natalie. Photo for third and fourth, either I Be Gone or Cocktail Cutie. Unofficially, 9-4-5-3. Race number 5 is now official. Welcome back to the winner's enclosure. Winner of the 5th race, number 9, Cookin' the Books, and jockey Adamar Santos. Owned by Clean Living Racing, Keith Rome et al. Trained by Jimmy Watkins. Cookin' the Books is a 4-year-old daughter of Outwork out of the Tappet mare. Phony Books and Records, bred in Kentucky by Outwork Syndicate and Don Alberto Corporation. The winning time was 1:14 flat, 1:14.10. Exacta 780, trifecta $25.10. Mid-card double races 4 and 5, $28.50. Pick 4 paid 3 of 4. The pick 5, $2,351.25. 25, that's $23.51. The pick 4 one more time, 3 of 4, $42.40. Pick 3 for races 3, 4, and 5, $103.80. In the 6th race, scratch out number 1, Awesome Drew, and the 4, Wood Alves. Post time for the 6th race, the HBP A trophy race. We will have another addition to the Winner's Circle Wall of Fame coming up in race number 6. Post time for that in 20 minutes.
Welcome back, everybody. 15 minutes to post for race number 6, including you folks watching us on YouTube on the Fairmount Park Racing live channel. Interesting race there, as you saw. Looked like the Jimmy Watkins cook in the books was beat, but then came back, and it was a tough beat for the Maroney tandem, who had to settle for second and third. Turn the page for our final pick 3 of the afternoon. Before we go any further, the Ring of Honor coming up after this next race. Just want to pass on our recipient this afternoon is Mr. Jim Ensley. And for those of you who have been around Fairmount Park for a number of decades, he has been the staff on-track photographer since 1966. He retired back in 2022. See him around here occasionally. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see him this afternoon in the Ring of Honor presentation. But a big part of Fairmount Park. And on behalf of everyone here at Fairmount and Excel Entertainment, we say well-deserved to our friend Mr. Jim Ansley. And Jim, good luck with the rest of your photography life. Let's get down to the horses down in the paddock. 6 furlongs the distance. These are $4,000 conditional claimers. 3-year-olds and upward who have not won a race since September 20th or have not won since September, 3 races. Kind of left town for a minute, but I'm back. But I am back. All right. Scratches in the race, 2 of them. Take the 1 Awesome Drew and the 4-horse Rodavallas, both out of this race. I'm going to go to one of the outside horses, currently, unfortunately, 4-5 here on the 8-horse Santino's Fantasy for trainer Ralph Martinez. This horse, well, is a 6 for 44. Not usually the type of horse I play, but I just think this kind of a race really plays into their hand. Ralph Martinez with a winner today, looking for another winner today. He owns this one, so basically he can put the horse wherever he wants. He's been running at this level, picking up checks. This horse, a 3 for 24 at the distance with 4 seconds and 5/3. Have massed somewhere around $75,000 in earnings for the 6-year-old gelded son of Cross Traffic, who actually went through the Fasig-Tipton sale back in 2022 for a modest 15 grand. Even despite the fact that some of the speed, in fact, a lot of the speed has been scratched out, I think there still might be enough speed to help this horse. So we'll see how that thing plays itself out. However, now a horse like the 3 African Warrior becomes very interesting. I know it's 1 for 37, but I just want to note that. Could be the only speed in the race. However, I just think a lot of folks are going to be jumping on board with this one. Move our attention over to the 6, and the Thunder Rolls for Gene Sandrowski. Came from way out of it last time out, driving through traffic. Hadn't raced since September of last year, showed up on May 30th, and was very unlucky, but still gave a nice little race for themselves. Problem is the horse is an 0 for 12 at the distance. Absolutely bred for it with Elusive Quality and First Samurai, but an 0 for 12 nonetheless. 6 of the 12 have hit the board. Speed index-wise, they're comparable. And got that full cover on the outside. Honestly, I don't know why. Sometimes when you see that, it's because they're missing an eye. And sometimes it's just they don't like to see what's on the outside of them. I don't know. So I'm not even going to try to guess on this one. But Corey Orm stays aboard. That's a positive. This is a 9-year-old gelding. A 7 for 57, so lightly raced, but has made a fair amount of change here, 123,000 plus, and looking to add to that in this race. Rounding our top 3, the horse right there in front of you, that's the 9 Boldish for the Harold Mosier Stables. I wrote down a couple days ago when I sent this in, tricky. It's a tricky read. Horse has not been seen since October. Used to be in the Pat Clay barn. Clay's operation, 17%, but it's on a very small percentage of being away for a long stand of time. First start with the new barn. He's only had 3 for this angle, and not one of them is won. So, like I said, it's a very tough issue. 3 starts at the distance of 6 furlongs, has never been off the board, and does have 1 win on the positive side. 4 for 28 lifetime, 4 for 23 on a fast track. So yes, they have tried grass. That doesn't seem to work in their favor. Victor Lara gets the call, 7-pound apprentice, as we mentioned. He's having himself a very strong meet. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes over. I'm not sure. It's going to be one of those type of races. I like I said, I do like the 8-horse here, Santino's Fantasy, but at 6-5, that's tough to take. Anyway, we'll find out in just a few minutes. Horses are getting ready to come out on the track. Good luck, everybody.
Race number 6 starts the final pick 3 on the card for $1. $1. $4,000 the claiming tag on all of these runners, minus the 1 Awesome Drew or the 4 Rodaldes were both scratched. This is for 3-year-olds and up that have not won a race in, let's see, in 9 months, on September 20th of last year, or have never won 3 races. Special presentations in the winner's circle, courtesy of the HBPA. Coming up after race 6 is made official, you have 6 minutes for all wagers. Three more races today, 8 more on Tuesday. Post time 1:30. Should be the same kind of day that we're having right now. Hope to see you back here. 3 minutes until our 6th. The horses have been summoned to the starting gate for the running of race number 6. Already in is Cog. Moving on up in the inside, Cravensworth and African Warrior. Heavily backed, Santino's Fantasy. Boldish. Alvin. And the jockey just crawled out from underneath. Trying to look to see who that was. That was the rider on And the Thunder Rolls, Corey Orm, who just got pinned in the starting gate and was very fortunate to get underneath the stalls. So we may have a delay here. That was very, very close. Horses are being backed out. Thank you, Judge. On advice of the stewards, by order of the stewards, scratch number 7, Cog, from this race. Number 7 is a gate scratch. You had Cog in any of your daily doubles, you'll receive a consolation payout. And if you used Cog in your late pick 4, you'll receive the race time favorite. Cog, late scratch, number 7. Just checking to see. Corey Orm's being checked out behind the starting gate. You can see Corey there in the orange vest and black cap, and not going to assume anything, but riders are getting a leg back up to load in now with what is a field of 7 that remains with the late scratch of number 7, Cog. Tough men and women. Corey gets back aboard the 6. We'll have a start here. And the Thunder Rolls is in. One left to load. That's breaking news from the outside. Seven now in the starting gate. Flag is up. And they're off. Santino's Fantasy got loose on the lead. Pinch back at the start was Cravensworth. Here goes African Warrior to contest and go right underneath and has the front. Breaking news up close in second. Santino's Fantasy is third. Fourth is Alvan. On the outside moving forward is Boldish. There's And the Thunder Rolls. And last, Cravensworth with a very awkward start. Not much going on. It's a runaway runner on the lead. African Warrior by a length and a half from Breaking News up close and wider. Next two come from the outside two gates. It's Santino's Fantasy and Boldish as four of them going to line up. Well back is Alvin, but the four-pronged battle is up top. Past the 550 they go. Just by a head, Boldish has taken the lead. Santino's Fantasy is second. In a precarious spot, third is Breaking News. Riding that rail under a drive is African Warrior. Far back and on the move late is And the Thunder Rolls. Out of last is Cravensworth. On the front, it's Boldish. Boldish by half a length. Still coming is Santino's Fantasy. Boldish and the Thunder Rolls gaining ground, and the Thunder Rolls to win. Boldish was second. Flying from far back to get a photograph for third and fourth is Cravensworth. Well, the rider who just escaped big-time harm in the starting gate. Corey Orm guides And the Thunder Rolls to the wire first at 4-1. Boldish was second. A great third for Cravensworth. And then the heavily backed Santino's Fantasy was fourth. Hey, let's hear it in the winner's circle for number 6 And the Thunder Rolls and jockey Corey Orm with a riding double. Owned and trained by Gene Sandrowski, And the Thunder Rolls is a 9-year-old gelded son of Quality Road out of the first Samurai mare Oakmarsh, bred in Illinois by Team Block. The 7 was scratched at the gate. Congratulations to the winning connections, and congratulations to you, Mr. Orm. You get the ride of the day. Off odds 4-1, so a $10 winner at least coming back to you. Still not yet official. Ladies and gentlemen, in the winner's circle, being inducted into the Ring of Honor, would you please welcome track photographer Jim Ansley. Jim Ansley, track photographer from 1966 to 2022. He was discharged from the United States Navy in 1966 and is the third ever track photographer here at Fairmount Park for over 56 years and more than 120,000 races. We always look back fondly on Jim, who's a documentarian as well. Filmmaker extraordinaire, Mr. Jim Ansley, inducted into the Fairmount Park Wall of Fame. Congratulations, Jim. Jim Ansley flanked on the right by Mr. Scott Becker, multiple year leading trainer at this track, and Jimmy Watkins, president of the HBPA. In our previous sixth race, we did have two claims for $4,000 each. In race number 6, the horse that finished third, number 2 Cravensworth, was claimed for $4,000 by new owner Valeria Llanos, new trainer Fernando Bahena. Also, number 8 Santino's Fantasy, who finished fourth in the sixth race, was claimed for $4,000 by new owner trainer Mark Anderson.
16 minutes to post for race number 7, coming up the late daily double. I also, to echo Keith Nelson's thoughts, I thought that was a heck of a ride by Corey Orm to get up in the final strides for the victory. Turn our attention 6 furlongs. These are optional, claiming 10,000 non-winners won. These are open companies, so not the same purse structure, but still a very, very good race. Let's take a look at the runners. They are now down in the paddock. Horse getting the hose off right now. Top selection for yours truly. And I know it's a bit of a stretch, but we're taking a big shot here. Fire Brian for Fernando Bahina. You heard just claimed a horse. Fire Brian. 2 efforts since coming over from Oaklawn Park. Both of them very, very strong. I like what I'm seeing. Ricardo Jaime. Once again, I don't know why this guy is not getting more mounts. Veteran rider on the racing circuit, did most of his racing recently in New Mexico, was a fixture in Southern California. Very intelligent guy. I think this horse makes so much sense. He's just shown guts. He shows that he can fight early, going a mile, cut back to 6 furlongs. He came from way out of it and almost pulled it off. I do like him today. If we get beat, we get beat. But I thought the price right now at 6-1 was too hard to pass up. 9 horse, getting the obvious win, and most people think it's just a single, is Jimmy's Big Day here for Steve Manley. 7-year-old race day, 5 for 16 in the winner's circle, with a second and a third in 16 tries at the distance of 6 furlongs. Julio Felix, the veteran, gets on board for Steve Manley. This is a 7-year-old race day. So breeding suggests that there shouldn't be a problem with this one. Again, this is another one of these horses that came in by way of Woodbine last year. Went to New York for a quick race, and I believe was a winner that day. Yeah, did win. How about that? Went down to Florida, Gulfstream, showed up at Oaklawn Park, and the last 2 races have been right here at Fairmount Park. Now, they were going against what I would consider very similar company and weren't able to get the job done. Because of that, I've got this horse second. I mean, they should win, and the odds are saying absolutely. But I'm going to take a stand against. The horse has got speed. But I think, hand over my heart, the 1 horse also has got speed. And that's the horse that's in front of you right now. Drawing that rail trip here for Eddie Isenprice. Adamir Santos gets the call. He's been riding this horse for a while. And the last 2 wins this horse has had, back in July of last year here, and most recently June 2nd, were all winners. 4 for 19 at the distance. 3 seconds, 3/3, 10 of the 19 hitting the board. The numbers say, I'm surprised the horse is 15-1. I think it's more the fact that we got a 3-5 favorite currently with Jimmy's Big Day, and that's something we need to look at. I'm always the one who says, man, if we could just get booking of bets. If you can just sit there and say 14-1, take it. But that's probably something that is going to happen at least for a while. Hand over my heart does make sense in the race. 5 horse Excellent Empire. If those 2 do each other in, this would be the one that probably will benefit most. Was just recently claimed by Ralph Martinez, who hits at 23% first after the claim. That's based on a sample of 73. I think you can definitely use it. If I'd had some serious cash today, I think I would have added this horse into the pick 4. I think this horse makes a tremendous amount of sense at 15-1. Now, granted, here's the rub. And this is why I had the horse 4th. Was claimed for 4,000 off a win. Then ran for 62.50, non-winners of 5, and was claimed by Ralph Martinez. So, is this a fairly large ask? Yes. But when you got momentum like that, 3 out of the last 4 races this horse has won. Sometimes it's tough to ignore. Angel Stanley gets the call. He's hitting at 17% at the meet. I think they all make a lot of sense. So, 11 minutes to post. 6915. Yes, the 9 horse in the race is the obvious play at 3 to 5 with Jimmy's big day. But on top, I'm still going to take a shot with this Fire Brian. Hopefully, he doesn't get fired. He gets a promotion to the winner's circle.
In the upcoming 7th race, $10,000 allowance optional claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of a race other than, or they can be in for the $10,000 tag. Scratch the 2 Jet Flight. Coming up in our 8th and final race. In the 8th race, jockey change on the 8 Spartan King. Make the jockey Javier Diego. Adjust the weight to 120 pounds. 8th race, 8-horse Spartan King. Javier Diego, correct the weight to 120. Time to play the late daily double, exacta, trifecta, superfecta, win, play, show wagering in the upcoming 7th race in 8 minutes. 4 minutes until the late double, 4 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. Get set to play the late daily double for races 7 and 8. The horses are approaching the starting gate for race 7. Runners facing up to load in there. There goes Hand Over My Heart and Personal Jet. Pontus and Mr. Sharpie. Both long shots right now. .901 to move up. Again, late change in the 8th race. We'll get that up to you on the 8 horse. New rider of the 8 in the 8th race will be Javier Diego. Adjust the weight to 120. Gates opening for the 8, Mr. Sharpie. Mr. Sharpie delaying things here in the 7th. Eight is in. Jimmy's Big Day holding sway as favorite. Second choice is the 6, Fire Brian. Moving up, Excellent Empire. Two left to load, Fire Brian and Strope. All standing well. Strope yet to go in. They're in the gate. Flag is up. And they're off. Tough beginning for Mr. Sharpie, who's out the back along with Pontus on the front. They're getting busy there. One of the top 2 wagering choices, Fire Brian, going to be in the mix with Jimmy's Big Day up prominent. Over the rail, here comes Hand Over My Heart, or underneath, and goes swooping right by. So it's long shot, Hand Over My Heart first. Jimmy's Big Day is second. Third along the fence is Excellent Empire. Next comes Fire Brian, and then there's a big break on the inside there. Gaining up ever so slightly is Strope in mid-pack and has a big chance to close. Coming on back into it is 901 around the turn. Also in that mix, towards the outside, is gaining up Girolamo Glory, who means business off the layoff. Next comes Personal Jet, has 2 of them beaten well back to 901, and struggling is Pontus. They're through at the turn. Here comes Fire Brian on the outside, and Girolamo Glory means business. Along the fence is Excellent Empire, who's fading. Jimmy's Big Day. Here's Girolamo Glory, produced by Corey Orm, who's going for 3. It's Girolamo Glory and Jimmy's Big Day. Girolamo Glory, what a day for Corey. Second was Jimmy's Big Day. Third on the inside, Excellent Empire. Photo for 4th. $21-1. 10, Girolamo Glory first. 9, Jimmy's Big Day second. 5, Excellent Empire third. And the 6, Fire Brian, was 4th. Yeah, I think both horse and rider need themselves a pat. So, way to go, Corey. This 10-year-old is now 11 out of 41 over this track in the career. As Girolamo Glory comes back to the winner's circle, and a three-bagger for rider Corey Orm. Owned by Bo Taylor, trained by Lori Plasters. He's a 10-year-old son of the Kentucky Derby winner, Girolamo. Out of the Candy Ride mare, Dangerous Gal, bred in Illinois by D. Mike Campbell and Earl Robertson. The winning time, 1:12 and 3/5 of a second, a minute 12 and 71 1/100ths of a second. Congrats to the winning connections. The 2 was scratched in race 7. $44.20, $12, $8. The 9, Jimmy's Big Day, $4.80 and $3. Number 5, Excellent Empire, $5.20 to show. The pick 3 pays 2 of 3, $176.90. Exacta 10 with 9, $176.90. Pardon me. Yes, the pick 3 paid all $14.80. Pardon me. Race 6 and 7 double, 6 with 10, $172.30. 10-cent superfecta, $332.94. Again, the pick 3 for races 5, 6, and 7 pays 2 of 3 for $14.80. Eighth and final race, jockey change on the 8 Spartan King. Javier Diego, correct the weight to 120 pounds, and the 8 Spartan King is a gelding. 1 pound over on the 9 Big Skookum. The 12 Will Conquer. Also the 7 My Patriot. Scratch the 11 from our 8th and final. Post time coming up in 19 minutes.
Eighth and final coming up in approximately 14 minutes. Welcome back, everyone, and especially our friends watching on the new Fairmount Park YouTube channel. Just all you have to do is go to YouTube, look up Fairmount Park Live Racing. It will be right there. Congratulations out to Corey Orm. What a day. 3 winners on the day and still counting. What can I tell you? I wish the kid luck. He's got his work cut out for this one, but he already proved on a big price that he could pull it off. I want to let you know, the horse that he's riding, 30-1 on the line. He has 3 wins. He brings in a $44 horse. That horse currently 6-1. 6-1. The horses are coming into the ring. These are state-bred maiden special weights for that $38,000 purse. Let's take a look at the runners. $6-1 from a 30-1 shot. Even though I know we're not talking about the horse, I want to bring it up anyway. Feel free not to bring it up. We'll talk about him anyway. Corey's riding the 4, Mike's Last Call for Harry Lynch. This horse has been beaten 23, 13, 10, and 13 lengths respectively. This will be the second time off the September layoff. Breeding says, could be. I don't know if it is or isn't. Ernest Allen Meadows, the owner and breeder of this one. So all I can say is good luck, Ernest, and good luck to Corey Ohm, looking for a 4th winner on today's card. There he is, by the way. I diverged away from our usual. That's the 3 Midwest Wildcat in front of us right there for trainer Steve Manley and owner Wes Owens. Owens, the breeder of this one, 4-year-old gelded son of Firing Line. I love the angle. We've talked about it before. Well meant by the public, bumped at the start, had a good second place finish. Normally, I don't usually get involved with these kind of horses when they haven't raced since August of last year. However, back-to-back workouts, bullet drills, 49-2 on June 10th in preparation. I think this horse is ready to go. Adamir Santos looking for another winner on today's card. Turn our attention to the 5. It don't come easy for Scotty Becker. Back-to-back runner-up performances. Last time out, very unlucky to lose that one. Has been the betting favorite in both these races. Even money on the line, currently 3-1. So that's kind of interesting. This horse has got open up speed. In fact, I believe is the only speed in the race. Yet, they are not knocking this horse down. I have a feeling probably will get bet down when the whole thing's all said and done. There is, of course, Scotty Becker right there, one of the co-owners and breeders of this one. 5-year-old son of Galib. Looks good. Ears forward. Seems a tad rambunctious. You notice there's a couple of people now in there. Kind of just keeping a hold of this horse. Almost comes across like a horse you might want to try to saddle on the walk, but they're doing a great job there with I Don't Come Easy. The 6 horse is Hang Tough for you new kids on the block fans. Ran a very one-pace 3rd last time out. Now this horse has had 11 tries at the maiden special weight level, with 3 thirds respectively. 0 for 6 at the distance, 1/3. The numbers for this group, they definitely add up, Brisnet speed index wise. Not the top one, but top 3. Good looking horse. I'm curious. I know they tried what's interesting is they've tried the distance of 2 turns once. And the horse just was not a good start. Just dropped out of it. I wouldn't be surprised. I would say give this horse another shot. I mean, breeding-wise, this horse probably would like distance. But sometimes one race does not make. Rounding out the group, go to the outside. I'm Thirsty Kid, 20-1 on the line for Harry Lynch in the Lynch Racing Stables, 12-1 currently. I like the St. Louis Blues blinkers there again on the 6, Hang Tough. But the 10 horse I'm Thirsty Kid looks interesting. 12 to 1 on the line. Now, that last race, obviously nothing to write home about, but it was the race 2 back. Now, it was a good track, so maybe it was just a tiring surface that made the horse look better than they were. But this one got bumped at the start, dropped back 8 lengths, made one run, and came a length and a half shy of breaking their maiden. Built like a sprinter, looks to be in a good spot. It's a big price, 13 to 1. If you don't like the horse on top, I would say you might want to consider using this horse in the exotics, the exactas, tries, supers, what have you. Definitely a horse you might want to consider. So it looks like Keith and I pretty much are seeing this, at least for the top 2 spots, the same way. It looks like Midwest Wildcat, there I can say it, appears to be the top selection for both of us. Big price though, 7 to 1. It don't come easy. Yeah, I figured we'd start getting a play. 8 to 5. Would not be surprised if this horse is closer to even money or lower. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to head on out of here. Remember, Tuesday, another 8 race card, 1:30 post. For Keith Nelson, our track announcer, all the folks there at Excel Entertainment and Fairmount Park, good luck in the nightcap. Have yourself a wonderful evening, and we'll see you again, hopefully, on Tuesday. Good night, everybody.
Here are your program changes for the 8th and final race. On the 7, My Patriot, 2 pounds overweight. That's just in. 8th race, jockey change Javier Diego. Correct the weight to 120 pounds. The 9, Big Skookum, is 1 pound over. The 12, Will Conquer, is also 1 pound over. Scratch the 11. Post time still 8 minutes away. Race number 8, the purse 38,000 plus a field size bonus. Tack that on for Illinois bred or foaled maiden 3-year-olds and up. The distance again, like all the other races before it, 6 furlongs. Scratch number 11, Lies and Deception. Win, play, show wagering, exacta, trifecta, superfectas. 1 minute. Field of 11 headed to the starting gate. Field loading in, Eerie Song and Hang Tough. Midnight Master, My Patriot. Midwest Wildcat and Spartan King. Big Skookum. Mike's Last Call. It Don't Come Easy. Looks like favoritism as of now. Outside, I'm Thirsty Kid. There's It Don't Come Easy and Will Conquer on the outside. The Iron Horse Distance Championships when we meet again on Tuesday in the last race. They're in the stalls for the 8th and final. And they're off. A very good beginning. Out widest of all, Will Conquer and I'm Thirsty Kid with the best of it early. There goes your favorite, It Don't Come Easy, who's gaining up alongside Midwest Wildcat. These two share the front. Next comes Eerie Song. A couple of lengths, now 3 lengths back to I'm Thirsty Kid on the outside. Moving on up there is Midnight Master on the rail. Losing a bit of touch is Will Conquer. Passed is that one by Big Skookum. Next comes My Patriot, far, far back. Along the fence is Hang Tough, who's gaining along the rail as they hit the top of the turn here. The last horse around the turn is Will Conquer and has to do about 12 lengths later. And then far, far back, there's no pace for Midnight Master. On the front, no challenge up. It's Midwest Wildcat, and It Don't Come Easy, glued to one another, and going around on the looping motion is I'm Thirsty Kid. Inside running, Eerie Song, who's gaining for the Martinez barn. Here's your favorite, It Don't Come Easy, out by a length, gaining up good ground from the inside is My Patriot, but it looks like it's over. It Don't Come Easy. Challenged late for I'm Thirsty Kid, but It Don't Come Easy obliges at even money. I'm Thirsty Kid a good second, then it was Eerie Song third, and completing the superfecta was Hang Tough. Race number 8 goes to the race time favorite, number 5 at Don't Come Easy and jockey Victor Santiago. Co-owned by Charles Ritter and trainer Scott Becker. It Don't Come Easy is a 4-year-old chestnut gelded son of Saturday Song. Of Golub, sorry about that. Out of the Any Given Saturday mare, Saturday Song, bred by its winning ownership of Charles Ritter and Scott Becker. Race 8 is now official. The winning time for 6 furlongs, a minute 13 and 4/5 of a second, 113.90 seconds. Our many thanks for you for being out here on Saturday. Hope you can come back and see us real soon. Next live racing card will be Tuesday afternoon at 1:30, the first of 8. Here are your prices. The Superfecta on a dime, $63 and change. The late double, $79.60. The late pick four, $609.80. The exacta, $14. Trifecta, $91. The late pick three, $414.70. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Travel safely. Stick around. Good to see you at Fairmount Park Casino and Racing.